Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Per usual, with any major title update that we see within Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, or really just Call of Duty these days, while we do get all of the initial day one content that said title update brings to the game in the form of weapons, modes, maps, operators, gameplay changes, patch notes, everything like that, the title updates also update the back-end game files as well. And ultimately, leakers and data miners go into said game files and find all sorts of references to new updates coming in the future. And that's exactly what happened with Season 3, as always. And we've got some very interesting and a handful of very exciting leaks to break down for the future of MW3 and Warzone. So as we go through it all, if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It does really help the channel grow. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, because every single day I got you covered with absolutely everything going on in the world of Call of Duty. Real quick, when it comes to leaks and data mined info, as always, just want to preface everything by saying, at the end of the day, these are just leaks. None of this is officially confirmed from Call of Duty or from Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Activision, Raven, anyone official. So all of this here today is subject to change unless we do get some kind of official announcement. So while all this is coming directly from the data mine game files, which is usually a very good indication of things happening, there have been one-off instances in the past where things get scrapped, altered, removed in some way, shape, or form. So just take everything here with a grain of salt. But let's talk some new leaks for MW3 and Warzone. The vast majority of this information is stemming between Bob Network over on Twitter, then also Forward Leaks as well, a handful of the leakers and data miners in the community. A couple of more small name things initially. New operators were found in the files with Season 3, although all we have to go off of right now is the names, and they're pretty ambiguous. One of the operators is named Void, or codenamed Void. The other one is codenamed Hammer. That's about it there. It's nothing too crazy, but we know that's probably going to be referencing the Season 4 operators here in a couple of months' time. There's a couple of new modes that have leaked that are particularly interesting. One of them is for multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3, and it's known as Shoutout Mosh Pit. And apparently within this mode, it's going to be search and destroy like gameplay, except everyone's mics are forced to be on in game and both teams can hear each other. So while you're communicating with your team in this mode saying, hey, there's an enemy running through plane on terminal, the enemies are going to be able to hear that as well. And the guy in plane's going to be yelling, wait a minute, no, I'm not. You guys see nothing going on here. So you're going to be able to trash talk live as you're playing, hear all the other team's comms. I would imagine it'd be a pretty chaotic mode and would definitely make some for some pretty funny moments there. There's also a new mode known as the exposed mode, again for multiplayer, where the radar is going to always be on, so everyone's live red dot on the radar will be tracked 24/7. If an enemy comes into your line of sight, they get highlighted with like a little red outline, and there's no stealth items available to be used in this game. So nothing like ninja boots or anything. It's basically a mode that just rats you out constantly and tells everyone exactly where you are. So there's no hiding. It's just, again, very chaotic. So some interesting multiplayer modes on the horizon for sure. Another very interesting leak that there's actually been some footage that's come out of it. Unfortunately, can't show anything in this video, otherwise it'd get taken down. But apparently in multiplayer, at some point here in the near future, it might be later on this season with like Season 3 Reloaded. It could be Season 4 Reloaded. It's also possible that it's something that's been planned that ends up getting scrapped. But regardless, there's a chance that we end up seeing a time trial parkour course drop as a map in multiplayer. Now, I would imagine this would be its own specific mode, kind of like how Black Ops 3 had speedruns. I'm pretty sure it was BO3, where you could go through and it's the time trials. You try and get from point A to B. You have to do all sorts of climbing and ledge hanging and stuff like that. Really, different from the standard gameplay that we'd see, the standard mode or map updates that we would see within multiplayer, but also could be really cool. I don't think there's much replayability to it outside of going for like world records and trying to beat your personal best, but a fun thing to sort of mess around with. Might be a good way to warm up your movement for the day or something like that. So another interesting one that I've got my eyes on for the future. And then we get into the weapon leaks. And boy, oh boy, do we got some fun ones here. So per usual with the seasonal updates, a lot of new weapon references are added to the files, and we've had a lot of leaked weapons for MW3 and even Gulf War for some time now. but the newest updates indicate what are likely going to be the Season 4 weapons in, like I said, a couple of months' time. Initially here, a melee, it's going to be a shovel, apparently. Very basic, just going to have a new look to the standard knife, and that's kind of what all the melee weapons are. Sometimes they have different mobility stats or swing speeds, but it's a shovel at the end of the day. Nothing too crazy. Another new option here would be the PC9, just as a standard battle pass or in-season weapon update there. So just another new one to add to the list. And then we get two iconic weapons that have been found in the files. The first of which is the SPAS-12 shotgun. Now, you may recall that some time ago, Sledgehammer did allude to the fact that several classic weapons would be returning in future seasons, and we've seen things like the Moors return most recently, the BAL-27's upcoming, but the SPAS-12 is one of the most iconic shotguns in COD history, obviously from MW2 2009, and it would seem very fitting that the weapon would return when the vast majority of maps we have in multiplayer are from MW2 2009, and also the shotgun category doesn't usually get a ton of love with post-season weapons, so the fact that we'd be getting an iconic one like the SPAS-12 would be pretty cool. So that's what I'm definitely excited about. But the one that I'm even more excited about is the GOAT, the KAR98K. People have been asking for the KAR to return to Warzone since Warzone 2 dropped, and obviously everything from Warzone 1 was removed. It is the most iconic sniper in Warzone history. The ability to one-shot but also be super aggressive with quickscoping, it kind of did it all. And it even was a go-to option in Caldera's era of Warzone, where it could only one-shot within like 70 meters. The KAR is largely considered to be one of the best snipers of all time, and yes, it's in the files yet again. So it does appear that in Season 4, maybe Season 5 or 6, we're obviously going to have to wait and see for that, but in the future with a seasonal update, the KAR98K sniper slash marksman is going to return. The standard's going to be high here. If they don't introduce the KAR as a one-shot sniper, they are going to have everyone, coming at them up in arms, angry as can be. So hopefully they do right by it. They make it an actual meta sniping option. And if they do, man, I'm very excited to revisit that kind of gameplay for sure. But that being said, those are all of the main new leaks that we've got for some upcoming content updates here within MW3 and Warzone. That's going to wrap things up. I mean, I have a feeling I know the answer, but let me know down in the comments below which of these you're looking forward to the most. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it and hit that subscribe button on your way out if you want to guarantee you're always up to date with all things going on between Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.